Oh, my name is James. I'm an e-commerce guru, and I'm telling you to sell adult toys. These adult toys are making me a millionaire and even a billionaire in the next month. Oh, okay, Sir James. I'm going to sell adult toys. Oops! It's illegal in our country and I got caught. And now I'm in prison. Yes. Hey there, gardeners. So, this is the intro for this module. Hopefully, you got the point of this. Not every information you see in the internet or from gurus is actually true. Some information can get you caught in prison. Yes, and many did so, and many informations are false. Therefore, I introduced this model, and it's called critical thinking, and it is a necessary skill for a great outcome. When you apply this model in your daily life or general life, you will never get scammed. So let's get started. What is critical thinking? Critical thinking, by definition of Cambridge, it's the process of thinking carefully about a subject or idea without allowing feelings or opinions to affect you. So, critical thinking is a process. Therefore, you must eliminate feelings or opinions or assumptions before analyzing this information or idea in your business or in daily life. So there is no space for feelings or opinions. What is critical thinking? Critical thinking requires you to use your ability to reason. This is true. And critical thinkers, this is a false assumption that critical thinkers make any decision they like and accept any ideas they form or they receive. Critical thinkers are rigorously question ideas and assumptions rather than accepting them at face value. Also, critical thinkers will solve problems systematically rather by intuition or instincts. So this is critical thinking, a general idea about critical thinking and critical thinking process. Now, this is the six critical steps of critical thinking. You may know this before we introduced this model, and this may seem obvious, but trust me, many people forget about this process because it's actually a process to make in your daily life. So you need to think about critical thinking and not just forget about it. If you get the point, and if you don't understand my point stated here, please let me know so I can explain further. Therefore, I'm going to introduce this map that contains 6 steps of critical thinking. The first step is knowledge. So, your knowledge is getting the information. Then you comprehend the information. Then you apply this information. And this is the critical path. What I call the critical path is steps 4, 5, and 6. Excuse me, this is step 7 and it's noted here 5, but it's not a big problem. So the critical path is the below here that you can see. It's analyze this information or knowledge, then you make a synthesis about this information, then after all these steps you take action. Unfortunately, many people such as entrepreneurs, and we have this bad hype of fake gurus in USA or England or even Morocco or in general. So people only take action directly and they don't analyze any information, which can lead to bad decisions. And don't think about critical thinking in just learning information. It can be also applied in your business. For example, an employee tell you an idea to improve the business process. Therefore, you must apply critical thinking before making a judgment or something. Okay. So, how about the questions that you should ask in this critical path? the questions that you should ask in this critical part are who, what, where, when, why, and how. This is the core questions that really people question in information, and they just take action. So, for example, James in our introduction, which is the fake guru, told the student that he should sell adult toys. So the first question that the student should ask: who is James? Who is this James? Do I know him? Is he a renowned marketer or entrepreneur? Who is this James? The second question is what? What is the business that he is recommending? For example, he's recommending adult tools. So what are adult tools? And by the way, I don't recommend you to search this other choice. This is just an example, so please don't search this name if you don't know English very well. Excuse my bad language, but I'm making this to make a simpler and funny presentation rather than boring presentation. So the third question is where I'm going to sell these toys. Is it in USA? For example, California state, Los Angeles, maybe Canada, etc. When I'm going to sell these toys, and when I got this information, did I got this information 1 month early, or I got this information last week? And then the following question is why I'm going to sell this question, adult toys. And the answer is obviously no, you shouldn't sell these toys for different reasons that I'm going to state later. So stay tuned. How am I going to sell these toys? I'm going to sell them using direct marketing. For example, I'm going to sell them using Facebook ads, Google ads, etc. So this is the normal process of critical thinking. And please take notes or screenshot of this 6 steps and remember them wisely, because you will need them in everyday life. Now we're going to introduce an overview of the critical thinking map. First of all, you need to detect the subject. What is the subject? Second, you need to detect the purpose, which means the purpose of this information. Third step, you need to identify the core questions that I stated before. Then you gather the information or data about this information. Then you make some concepts if you can. After that, you make some assumptions, which is including a depth of this information. Then you draw conclusions about this information. Many conclusions, if you can see here clearly, we have many conclusions. Conclusion 1, conclusion 2, etc. So each part of this map contains different aspects of it. So for example, the subject, it can have many aspects: aspect 1, aspect 2. The purpose, it can be a surface purpose or underlying purpose. Set questions can be derived into more set of questions. Information can be categorized in different datas. Therefore, and the before last step, it's your point of view. What do you think about this information? And the last possible step is the implications. What is the possible outcome for this information? Is it possible or inevitable, or it is impossible to make, or to comprehend, or to draw an action of it? So I hope this model is clear. Now we're going to introduce a case study of critical thinking, and it is e-commerce. And I know that you waited so long for this, so now we're going to talk about e-commerce a little bit. We're going to detail e-commerce, each part of it later. So this case study is basically related to critical thinking. So which is this case study about? this case study is actually about risk assessment. So I think you never do risk assessment, right? Tell me right or no in the comments or in our chat groups. So risk assessment is very important actually. I myself sometimes didn't do proper risk assessment in my business or in my partnerships with the other folks, and we had very, very bad income because you never know risks associated with this business. Sometimes everything is smooth, then after a while you got some underlying problem because you didn't do proper risk assessment. So this case study is actually a table. For example, let's say you have a store named let's stick with toys, okay? I don't have a specific example, so let's stick with the toys, but not adult ones, just maybe kid toys or toys in general. For example, we have a store selling toys. So this table is contains 5 columns and actually 5 rows. So the first risk associated with this business is warehousing and inventory. So warehousing and inventory, for example, we have the scale. This is in the columns we have the scale from 1 to 5. 1 means low risk, 2 means more risk, 3 more risk, and 5 is highly risk aspect. So for the warehousing and inventory, for example, let's say we have a scale of 4, which means we have a highly or approximately a highly risk. Why? Because, for example, we have a warehouse that contains fire things. How do I can explain this? I mean materials that can be ignited with fire easily, for example. Okay, so this is why I noted here and marked 4. For competitors' pricing, I noted 2 in the scale because the pricing doesn't change a lot by competitors. They stick to one pricing, so we don't have a risk of pricing in this kind of business. In security, I noted 5 because these toys are related, for example, to kids, so we need to make sure that these toys are highly secure and doesn't contain any dangerous materials at all. Okay, because we have strict rules for protecting kids in general in every country and their safety, so it's highly risky move. This is why I noted 5 in scale. Now intellectual property of scale of 1. Why? Because, for example, we have license to sell these toys and we have a company registered within the states, so the intellectual property has a risk assessment scale of 1. And finally, employees, we have a scale of 3 because it's in the middle. We need to make better and more appropriate risk assessment of employees, so we don't know yet if either employees are risky or they are scammers or they have some bad intention. This is why I noted 3. So in general, the rows are the risk aspects. I only noted 5 important aspects here. You can note more aspects, for example, website security, risks associated with taxes, or any important risks for the risk assessment study. And in the columns, I noted the scale from 1 to 5. So this is the general overview of risk assessment. Now I'm going actually to give you a template that you and mark this template as a task. So I'm going to give you this template as a task to make. So you should make an overview risk assessment of your business. It's not actually complicated. It's fairly easy, and I'm going to explain this which is this template about, and how you can mark the scale of each aspect in your business, and then you can deliver that. Again, before I introduce my superpowers, so guys, it's very important actually, so make sure to do this risk study in your business. It's very important to make sure you don't have any problems in the future. So the next video, I'm going to introduce this template and how you can add information to this template that I'm going to give you in the platform course. Okay, so see you in the next video. Ooh, my name is